enregistrement.
Oh, the broadcast is live and everyone's looking at us. And oh, well, at least we have this welcoming music to keep us calm while we search for Justin.
You know what that is?
It's like
It's the Soundbooth Theater live music.
this reminds me of Donkey Kong. That's so Donkey Kong. I just realized.
It's so Donkey Kong.
I love that Fender Rhodes flourish at the end. Just a great touch.
It's
How's
very,
everybody doing?
very cute.
Justin is it looks like Justin has lost weight. Yeah, can hardly
Justin,
I think he just turned.
You're a ghost of yourself.
Yeah, he really is. It's kind of sad. It's kind of sad. Ray, how are you doing?
I'm good, and if he didn't live in Canada, I'd send him a couple pounds of my own, but I can't do that. So yeah, don't do that international shipping. So
no, well, Justin, there he turned.
Well, there
he turned.
he
Hello.
I was getting desperate. I was about to show people the tiny pictures of cosmetic items that are drawn on my nail file.
Oh, that's cool.
Yay!
Yes,
works pretty good.
Just so you remember what you're supposed to
You're
organize
gonna be
it
able
with.
to see the bunny orgy really well.
Oh yes, please show
right,
us.
Bunny orgy. Yeah.
By the way, this is an 18+ show.
This is my favorite Christmas gift. It is a bunny orgy, and then the other cool thing about it is that it says the rabbit in French.
Lapin.
Le lapin. Le
is that
lapin.
Ella Ferrara?
I like how we're starting the episode off with show and tell.
Le lapin.
Yes.
So it's like it's just like a little informative cup for French children. They're like, this is the bunny.
Le lapin, yes.
Yeah.
That is the
That's
exact.
what bunnies do.
That's the type of mug that a grandma would drink from and think it's just a lovely mug and just would not notice. Would not notice.
Yeah, the subtle bunny orgy happening.
Subtle bunny orgy. My buddy has a pillow that is just a really nice looking pillow with these kind of peach colored flowers all over it, and it's really quite lovely at first glance. But when you look closer, there it's all flaccid penises.
I love it.
And his grandma was over one day and just like grabbed it casually and like put it on her lap and just was sitting with it, just like, oh, what a lovely pillow.
I love that.
I love it too. So what do we have going on today? Today is the first Soundbooth Theater Live of the new year.
Hey, you're here. Waka waka.
I am still just dragging myself out of the vacation hole.
I don't wanna. Mommy, I don't wanna.
I know that old song and dance.
As much as I love all of you guys.
That's like me every other week.
As much as I love all of you guys, everyone
I fell in the
work with,
vacation hole again.
everyone who listens to us, I love all of you. Oh, but I was tired. I was tired. We had such a busy year last year.
Yeah.
And this year we're gonna try to be reasonable.
Nice. I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah, we're gonna try. We're gonna try. But I
had a great time last year.
I don't know. Sometimes business doesn't let you do that. I'm not gonna get my hopes
that's
up.
the truth. You know that some exciting opportunity is gonna come up, and you're gonna show up at a team meeting and be like, "Okay, guys, I think we can make this work." And it's gonna be like, dun, 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 dun. The theme song for Soundbooth Theater Live is gonna start playing, and then
that's gonna start playing.
It's gonna be a montage of us being like, ah!
Yeah.
That was very Curb Your Enthusiasm. That like oh wow.
Yeah.
Soundbooth Theater Live. Is that our theme song? Did that play earlier?
Yeah, that
did.
was it opened without
were
you.
Derelict in your duties, and you missed it.
Well, I was literally derelict with my duties.
With your duties.
So yeah, let's talk about news real quick.
Nudes?
Nudes?
Yes,
Let's talk about
I've
nudes.
got.
Would
If you'd
love.
like to see an array.
Did you say Ray? No, I don't do
Unsolicited.
Array.
No,
Best nudes of Ray.
Nude.
no.
the news of Ray.
An array of nudes.
Let's get some unsolicited
any
news.
Of us.
I'll bring up the shirt and show you some side boob.
Ooh.
I
So
smell a fight to the death.
Life Reset. You guys. Life Reset 5 just came out last night.
Hey.
Later on at night.
Brilliant.
Okay. Already got people listening to it. So anyone who hasn't heard, anyone who hasn't been watching the Facebook group, get out there, go get it. Life Reset 5.
Hell yeah.
Aaron did another fantastic job with the score. Ahmed's sound effects are fucking fantastic. And Annie got to put on her Macho Man voice for one of the new characters, and it's beautiful. It's just serene.
It's something you want to go to sleep to.
Yeah.
Which voice is this? I missed it.
Her Macho Man Randy Savage voice.
Oh,
Very
that
soothing.
does sound lovely.
Yeah, you guys thought that I was a one-trick pony, didn't you?
I really did. I mean, Eddie Ellicott, what could she do? Yeah, Schwarzenegger. That's about
I specialize in extreme machismo. That's the best voice I do.
And a good place to listen to it would be right here. You can't see it on my phone. Soundbooth Theater.
Oh,
I wish
it was on our app. I wish it was on our app. It's only on Audible.
Oh, it's not there yet?
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, here's the thing. Reality is most of the titles that we've already worked on, they're under contract exclusivity through Audible.
Yeah.
So we would have to scatter the series between Audible and our platform, and we don't want to do that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure. I mean, there's plenty of people out there who like what we do, but they don't want another app besides Audible, right? They want all their audiobooks in one place. And I get it. And so anyone who's already started a series with us, we don't want to do that to them, right? Where they have to make the choice. Okay, I have to download a whole app just to listen to this thing that I want to listen to, that I've already started, right? Don't want to do that to people. Also, we don't want to give up the rankings, right? I mean, obviously, anything that we release on Audible is going to get way more eyes on it at first when we first launch. Everything that's on our platform, I mean, we got to do a lot of work to get more traffic going through so that we can start making it viable. Some of that is going to be you guys helping us out, going to pick up whatever you find interesting on there and just keeping an eye on the app, keeping an eye on the newsletter to see if anything else that interests you comes out. But it's also going to depend on us hopping around, finding
like
other
bunnies or lapins, if you will,
like bunnies. Maybe not quite as enthusiastic as those particular bunnies, but yeah, we need to go out there. We need to hustle. We need to get our brand name out there. And what's up, Cornelius? Anyone here who likes what we do and understands the struggle, please help us out with that. Please share our stuff. But for now, a lot of our main stuff, our biggest titles are going to be on Audible. That's where they started. We're going to have to finish them out there. And Everybody Loves Large Chests 5 is, I know everyone is clawing at me, where is my Everybody Loves Large Chests? And it's still in process, guys. I promise you it's gonna be really, really good. This is the first Everybody Loves Large Chests that Aaron Morton, our genius composer, is working on. And I've already listened to some of the music he's made. I actually sat with him in a session live, just streaming, and while he composed music for Everybody Loves Large Chests, and it's just like this with him.
Yeah,
he is freakishly fast. There's something about it not natural.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do some digging. We're gonna have to hire somebody to keep an eye on that
cleansing.
Yeah.
Yes.
We
do have another
really
release.
I've got to clean my house.
Yes.
Oh no, sorry, Frank Moore. That's not what released. What was it?
Oh no, not Monster Hunt 2. We have a release that was in collaboration with Monolith Books, which is a branch of Portal Books, and it is called Sword Punk Saving Soul. and it's a really cool cyberpunk film noir type, gritty sci-fi guys with a sword. He's out for revenge. There's bad blood with him and this big Korean conglomerate. He's gonna take out the head. And it's really great. It's narrated by Gary Furlong, who never disappoints. And Lori Catherine Winkle, of course, is on
Also
the
fabulous.
also fabulous. She's the lead female role. And then there's Jeff and I jumping in. And the really exciting thing about this is that we also partnered with a synthwave composer who we discovered on SoundCloud. His name is Holland, and you can find his work on Bandcamp, SoundCloud, just HOLON, and it's the perfect cyberpunk, like dark, brooding type music. So there are about 8 of his tracks sprinkled throughout the entire audiobook, and it's on Audible right now, and it could use some reviews. It's right now, it's luck of the draw whenever there's a new release, and sometimes you get people who just don't like it when they first listen to it getting it and rating it before the people who like it rate it. So if you're interested, please go check it out, leave a review, rate, all that stuff.
Right. And I can tell you, I was just looking it over, I think yesterday, and I think it looks incredible. I can't wait to listen. So,
well, thanks.
It's a lot of fun.
I mean, the art looks pretty cool. The music, like I actually, this is one of the productions that I kind of kept my ear in once in a while. Like, when Ahmed was posting little clips of scenes here and there, and I like the music and the sound effects were, I mean, like Ahmed's getting so much better at at mix and actually creating dynamism, movement,
he really has, like he's better every time. What's gonna happen if we all keep getting better? Is like everything just gonna explode at
maybe
some point?
I mean, everyone else will be
like
fun.
Where does it level off?
I know.
It just keeps getting better.
I don't know if there's like a ceiling for us. I don't think. I think we may break reality if we get too.
It's a ceilingless booth.
It's a ceilingless booth. But speaking of booths, this thing's going away pretty soon.
Why?
Because I'm changing. You see that door behind me?
Yeah.
That will be my new booth.
A whole room.
It's the bathroom.
The bathroom.
That way you don't have to stop when you need to take a bathroom break.
Right. And then we get sound effects and narration at the same time.
Hi. Did you see this?
And a cool little echo, right?
We have
Classic
some constructive criticism about the app. The Soundbooth app needs some work when it comes to finding books. Bones list.
Yep.
Like the bubble effect, but it really is unwieldy when looking for the books.
Yeah, that is a really great point, and that's something that we've, the app is obviously still a work in progress, and we're working on getting, new updates and tweaking it for user experience improvements as they come along. And a search function is our top priority right now, actually.
And we definitely need to be able to people definitely need to be able to see which book is the first, second, third, and so on in a series. That is super important.
Yep. Hey guys, you know what? It took so much work to get us to where we are.
Yeah.
And I'm so happy for like that. Everybody who's with us has downloaded the app and has enjoyed it so far. But even more is what I appreciate even more is people like you, Mr. Facebook user, who will tell us, everything that you think about the app. There is a contact us. There's like a bug report and is it app help? What is it called? Let me look at the app again. There's 2 different help
report bug,
help and report bug. So yeah, both of those email us and report bug. That's what it is. So you guys can give us feedback through there. We really appreciate anything you guys want to hear about. I mean, some of you guys are so great. Like there's this one user, I'm trying to remember his name. He sent us like, I don't know, 3 pages worth of an email about all the things that we can do to help make the Soundbooth Theater app friendly for people who are blind.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, it was very substantial.
It's just
so
like we're
awesome.
just going to use that as a reference doc for when we start incorporating this stuff. I mean, unfortunately, it can't be the highest priority thing, but we definitely do want to cater towards the blind community for
Right. I mean, it
for
would,
this
yeah.
app. So yeah, you guys are just being fantastic. Everybody who's been along for the ride on this app, you're all helping us succeed. So thank you so much for your feedback. Okay, so we got Saving Soul, we got Life Reset 5. Any other new releases? I mean, I guess we can remind people about the 2 new releases from the very end of last year.
Very end of last year. Yep, there was Supers 7 or Supers 8, the very last Supers book, which we did Soundbooth Theater live on that, and then World Tree's End. 2 series came to an end at the end of 2020.
Yep.
And
also we have Kringle Down and
Kringle Down, of course.
Emerald, book 2 of
And
Aaron
Emerald.
Oster's Land of the Elementals series. And we got some more Aaron Oster to narrate tonight.
That's a long one too. You're gonna
that's a big one
with that one.
Big expensive one. Whew. But I'm glad we got it done. Right now Richard Smith is working on the sound effects for it. Annie, we should probably talk about music for it. I don't know how much music I don't remember any music actually from the first one.
Yeah, I don't know that we were doing a lot of like music for those.
I think we should just at least have a theme, develop a theme for it, like we did with Tales of the Northblood.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, Dane Bryant, the composer for that one, he's rearing to go as far as doing more Tales of the Northblood. I think Aaron is gonna like train him how to Lego that shit together.
Well, I'm at about halfway, and my and Origin, which is Aaron Oster's book 3 of Land of Elementals. The next book I'm starting on after that is Northblood 2. Cool.
So we need to start talking to Dane.
Yeah.
Start getting him ready for these things. Maybe he'd be a good fit for Land of the Elementals too. And we have plenty of time.
Cool.
Yes. So, all right, we have Kringle. Yeah, we just said Kringle Down, Emerald, and I think that's about it for the future. We have Everybody Loves Large Chests coming out very soon.
Yay! Thank you.
That's the sounds of the future.
But even sooner than that, we're going to be submitting Dungeon Crawler Carl by Matt Dinneman to ACX tomorrow, which I want to smash my face against the booth door. I'm so excited for it. And also, right after that, I'm going to start recording. No, I'm sorry. What's Blaze's Delvers LLC 4. You guys have been waiting for fucking 3 years for Delvers 4. And it's finally coming out soon.
Can I interject for just a second, Jeff?
Yeah.
I finally gotten to listen to the Delvers Surviving Ludus, and I mean, you guys killed it. Amazing. Just I love that. That was just, it was so good. And I know I'm partial, but like you killed my story. I love it. Just great. But I mean, you guys just did such an amazing job. I'm really impressed. So great work. I loved every second of it. So just knocked it out of the park.
It's a cool story too. Cool project.
Yes. Ray, I have to say, I accidentally gave the best performance of the whole series, of the whole short story bundle on yours. I didn't predict that it would happen that way, but the very end, with the one guy who got squished. Oh man, I don't know how it happened, but I don't know. Something took me over. I think it was the ghost of
Spirit moved you.
The ghost of what's his name?
Bram Stoker.
Not Bram Stoker.
Oh.
Wile E. Coyote.
He played Sin actually pointed it out. He sounds like the guy he's in The Mandalorian. He was the one guy who always says
got the
catch. He's got the catch.
Don't be making any spoilers here, Jeff. I still haven't watched The Mandalorian.
Okay, it's just a catchphrase. It's a catchphrase.
Okay.
He's like the wise short guy in prosthetics. Right?
Yoda.
No.
The Ugnaught that said, "I have spoken."
I've spoken. Yes, that guy.
Yes, that was Nick
I have-
Nolte.
Nick Nolte.
Nick Nolte.
Right.
Yes.
So
Nick Nolte.
I
Yes.
accidentally channeled Nick Nolte for that character.
Yeah.
Sin pointed that out, and I was like, "Oh yeah, you're right." But yeah, your story's great. I also loved playing the orb who was Tartooth. He got the Carl treatment.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, I mean, guys, Delvers 4 is coming out. I had so much fun narrating it. Like it was like hanging out with a bunch of people who I haven't seen in years. You know, who like I used to party with all the time. That's what going back to Delvers 4 was like.
That's great.
Such a great cast of characters. Like there's not two characters that sound alike. Actually, people were complaining that Henry and Jason sounded alike at first, and that kind of blew my mind. I was like, one guy sounds like this, the other guy sounds like this. So it's like you couldn't.
Love you too, Baz.
I don't know, but it's coming soon. It's in the polishing stage. It'll be published third week of January, I think.
End of January. Let's see here. Yeah, it's going to be going to ACX probably on the 22nd.
All right, cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I think that's all we got as far as news. We'll keep going.
There's always news
Releasing stuff, and we're gonna have a nice busy schedule for the app very soon. For our platform very soon. We have a lot of short stories coming up. We have a lot of serials. Oh, Annie has already written an amazing song for episode 2 of Space Buns.
It's great.
It's so good.
Aw.
Tom Waits inspired.
Yeah.
Very Nighthawks at the Diner was what I thought of immediately.
Oh
it,
man.
it makes me feel fuzzy. Like I'm just I'm so ready.
I'm
to
really
record the song.
excited to hear it
Yeah.
all.
And we
laid
have
out.
plotted out. Emily's already made an outline for the next 6 episodes of the first season of Space Buns. So we're as soon, like, I don't know exactly what date episode 2 is coming out, but it'll be within a couple months. I think that's a reasonable thing to say. 2, maybe 3 months, but from then on, it'll be once a month. And we're gonna start another serial that is kind of a secret at the moment. Serial. And that's going to be coming out once a month as well. They're going to be staggered relative to each other. And then for Wendigo Tales by Pinnacle Entertainment, right? The guys who brought us Kringle Down and who own the what's it called? Savage Worlds. Not lit RPG. I'm so used to putting lit.
The tabletop RPG.
Yes, the Savage Worlds RPG company.
Yeah.
They have a bunch of short stories they want us to do, and we're going to be releasing those every 2 weeks as soon as the first one comes out. So there's going to just be a ton of content.
Regular.
You know,
Yeah.
I have a request for the Twinkle Twinkle Shiny Star song on its own, just that alone, without, I guess, probably without the branches and the
Twinkle, twinkle.
Is there a way
you mean
to get
without
that song?
the shunks?
Without the shunks.
Yeah.
Or
yeah,
maybe,
I can
just
that.
on its own. I know there's like a YouTube version of it, right?
There's a trailer.
A trailer.
Yeah, and the trailer is amazing. Again, Ahmed's magic.
Like I think I found a YouTube version of just the song when I was
Really?
YouTubing.
Oh, people been busy.
That I would be so happy if this is true.
Yeah.
It's just it's like a picture. It's just a picture of the. Let's see.
It came up. It is. Someone did put it on here. Someone put it on YouTube. They fucking.
How do you I think it still has the I'm sure it does because they got it from the book.
Right.
They just ripped it off their phone. So
that's awesome.
Yeah. That is
That's
cool.
That's really cool. Whoever shared that, that's like kudos, because I mean, like we spend so much time producing these songs and sound effect suites, and it takes a lot of time
and
and
these
effort.
extra things that like we shouldn't really. It's like we spend like so much time on them just because we want to,
right?
You know?
Yeah.
So it's really cool when somebody's like, "Oh wow,
Yeah.
This
Yeah,
is
and
cool.
it's taken out, and they're listening to it as is without having to listen to the entire audiobook to get to it. Like, it's nice to see it separated.
Yeah, you want to really like with your Dracula, you have your music. Just do put out an album for that, like where the other songs you guys do. Just say, here's our Soundbooth songs, here's our music.
Eventually, we're going to have music listenable straight through the app. We're gonna be releasing our OSTs, on the app. So just watch out for that, guys. I know a lot of people ask for it, and we want to give it to you, but we also want to make a little money off it too. So
How dare we?
Yeah,
it'll be there soon.
Money for our hard work. Blasphemy.
All right. So somehow I got signed out of my YouTube account.
Oh,
I can't give you guys. I can't give you guys the comment. But hold on. Or I can't give you guys the link through the comments. Come on.
Okay. Well,
there it is.
Jeff will get that going. Are we about ready to transition to our next segment?
We are.
Well, without further ado, why don't we pass the conch over to Ray, or up to Ray?
I'll take it.
Hey, Ray.
Hello.
You got some reviews for us today?
I have a singular review. Yes, I do.
Yes.
Yeah, and I want to say, I'm going to start off and say I really want to apologize to Harmon Cooper, because there's so many people that I want to do reviews for, and I needed to catch up on, and it just seems like Harmon puts out all these books, and I never ever get to them for the it's like I've got this happening, that happening, and it just seems like I always overlook his stuff, and so and I feel bad because I wanted to do something that was not narrated by Travis Baldry. Travis is a great guy, but the last 2 shows I've done his books. So I need to branch out and do something a little bit different. So, I said, I really owe Harmon, a lot, because the guy's been fantastic. I mean, he even let me do I wrote something and he's like, you know what, you can use this in your book. It's okay. I have no problem with you using it. And, so he's really great, and love everything he does. And I think Jeff, he totally embodies, if I always say this, there's certain narrators who will capture a character and that character becomes them. Like, you can't say, it's like making anybody else but Al Pacino be, Don Corleone too, the younger Michael Corleone. Right. It wouldn't work. You couldn't see it today. And Jeff's Quantum Hughes is just so fantastic. It's one of those things. And, I just think of that proselytization speech, if I say that right, that he did in the one book. I mean, it just made me laugh so hard. If I'd been drinking milk, it would just come out my nose. And so I just want to get back and do something for not Harmon Hooper. Carmen Hooper's his other book, or Ask Gideon. Anyway, so I'm going to focus on Harmon Cooper and Death Mantles 2. And I do want to disclose right off the bat that this review has in no way been affected by the fact that there is this super cool bar that everybody hangs out in book 1 that's named after this rotund white-haired guy that you may or may not recognize from the community. I thought that was a really nice little shout out. Anyway, the book is fantastic. There's a lot of stuff that happens in it. Just massive amount of changes. And one of my big pet peeves lately, you'll see as I go through reviews in the next couple of weeks, is lack of character growth or character agency. It drives me crazy when you have a character who doesn't change. It's static. And they don't have any control over their life or what they're doing or what goes on around them. And Cooper does an incredible job here of making Lucian completely in control of his actions and growing as well. Lucian, for example, finds himself on the cusp of starting a war between light and dark. And he does just one thing. It just seemed really out of character that did a lot of stuff. It risked his relationship with his on again, off again love angel of light interest. It could have started a holy war between, the dark and the light. And it blindsided me. And it made, even though it felt disingenuous to the story, it actually, I looked at it and I said, you know what, that really works because he was in a bad spot. And I know I've been in negative thought ways before, and I could see myself doing something ridiculously stupid like that just because out of spite or anger or just helplessness, feeling like that, I would do something, because I mean, he's already getting the business from the older deaths. His mentor's gone rogue. There's this massive countdown on his family that's, going to die because of his brother's drug parasite. He's like this tip of the spear for the starting point of heaven and earth. The deaths and a close friend is lost, and he's got girl troubles. So, there's a lot of growth and a lot of change with Lucian all unto itself. And if that sounded like a lot, it was, because there's so much going on in the story at any given moment. There's really no time to sit down and catch your breath. Now, like I said, no matter what, the story just absolutely does not slow down. Thankfully, Lucian, however, never stops building or growing, from the simple things like making food or drink to revolutionizing his weapons. He's always thinking on his feet. He's the kind of guy that makes me glad I haven't fallen into a lit RPG style world, because I just don't have the energy it would take to survive. I mean, you just have to work nonstop. And I've done that, and I'm done doing that. I mean, like I've taken, since mid-November, I've not been busting my butt like I have for like the last 20 years of my life. And I'm enjoying the slowdown. So if I fell into a lit RPG type world, I just say, you know what, just kill me, because I can't do it anymore. But the story is high octane, not octane. It's octane, and it's engrossing. The characters are so well fleshed out, and the action is so well written. There's a reason Cooper is a staple in the community, and why he has done, I think, like 50 books. Now, not all of his books are lit RPG, but he's done like 50 books. And this exemplifies why. This book is just fantastic. Now, speaking of staples of the community, I come now to talking about Andrea Parsnow and her vocal contributions. And I have to say, this is some of her best work to date. I mean, she can capture the anguish that Lucian feels at watching his brother spiral and lament over the loss of a dear friend. You can feel him struggle to breathe as he's being beaten on. It all comes out. Like she puts all of her blood, sweat, and tears into this book. And you can even hear like the joy in Lucian, because I don't want you to think it's all bad. The joy when Lucian has a moment alone with his beloved angel, and his utter disgust for some of the angels and the mantle bearers around him. Andrea really she knocks us out of the park. It's like a songstress from another time, kind of like hearing like Karen Carpenter. There's such a vocal roller coaster. It's ups and downs, and it holds you with the tension and the emotion. So it's kind of like listening to her is like listening to, if Meryl Streep could sing like Carpenter and then do a narration, that's kind of like the melding that you would get. I mean, does that make sense? Because it just seems to me like she just really rolls with it and takes it, and she reinvigorates.
I need to message her right now and tell her this, what you're saying, because that is so amazing.
Oh, well, thank you. But anyway, Cooper is definitely building up to something huge here. I would like to see the family situation resolved soon, just so we can really kind of focus on the meat of the story. And I don't want to go into like a Bonnie situation from Family Guy, which if you ever watched that, Joe's wife Bonnie was pregnant for so long that by the time she had a kid, I kind of forgot or even cared that she had a kid, that she'd been pregnant. So I don't want to see that go too far, but Cooper is still the man, and Andrea is the bomb. Putting them together is like a nuclear literary explosion. That's the best way I can put it. So while there is some growth, there was not a lot of forward momentum. Like the story goes on, but it doesn't really skip ahead a lot. That's fine. I get character growth, and I'm happy with that. The narration's fantastic. And the family reveal at the end doesn't help when you have to wait for a new book to come out. And thankfully, the book 3 is out already, so you can go get it. But my final score would be like 8.2 stars, just because there's not a lot of shifting in the story going ahead. It's kind of just still backwards, so to speak. So it moves a little bit, but not real far into the future. So it's a good book. 8.2 stars. Sorry, did I ramble too fast?
No, not at all.
That's a really high rating.
Maybe you want to listen to the book.
Yes. And to me, it's not a surprise. Harmon Cooper plus Andy Parsnow.
It's a great combo.
Yeah.
Nuclear, indeed.
Combo. I actually listened to the first book that they worked on together, which is one of the books like a book that Harmon wrote a long time ago, and then he revitalized. Let me find what it's called again.
Another thing about Harmon Cooper's books is that their covers always feature a very, very fine pair of thighs.
Yes.
That is
Whoever he
true.
uses as their artist, they
Yeah.
really got thighs down.
Yeah.
Yes, they did.
I went to Thai school. I'm a specifically Thai artist.
Star Spangled Apocalypse
Star Spangled
Yes.
Apocalypse. That's
is
right.
the first book that Harmon
Yeah.
Cooper and Andy
And that's where Andy or Andrea, I don't call her Andy, you guys do. She played like a hippie and a conservative, and the way they played off each other, you're like, this can't be the same person doing both these roles. You know,
man.
it's so
I gotta
believable,
check
but
this out.
so well done, and conflicting ideas, but it worked for her doing it that way. I was so impressed.
A vocal chameleon.
Yes.
It's really lovely. I had so much fun with it. I was laughing out loud, and that's my favorite thing about Harmon is he's fucking hilarious.
Yes, he is. And also his group. If you have joined the Proxima Galaxy Facebook group,
Yeah.
it's absolutely hilarious. It's kind of a place for all things kind of weird and like quirky, but really that exists. Today I've realized that I have trained myself. I can be scrolling through and I can see a meme or an image, and I can tell by the meme if it's for this group, if it's from Proxima Galaxy. I know with like 90% certainty now that, okay, this is a Proxima meme. I saw one of a cow eating a snake the other day. And I just saw the image. I was like, this is Proxima.
Yeah.
I put money on it, and it was. So if you haven't already checked that group out, I highly recommend it to learn more about Harmon Cooper and all the wonderful, funny things that come up around him.
And I get what you're saying, because I'm the same way with like Luke Chimilenko's memes. Like,
Oh, yeah.
you can go through and you go, that's Luke stuff right
That's
there.
Luke
Like,
one, yeah.
you know, boom. So I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah. So speaking of Harmon, right after Everybody Loves Large Chests 5, once Aaron and Ahmed are done with that one, Aaron is moving over to Monster Hunt 2.
Awesome.
Yay!
Finally, we recorded the music for that a year and a half ago, and it's been on the workbench ever since, and we've been trying to get back to it, and we just haven't been able to find the right time, and now is the right time. It's ready.
Have
It's
we
ready
done the
to-
voices?
Yeah, we did all the voices. We did everything. Like, all we need now is sound effects
Yes!
music, and the music is mostly done.
That's
Right?
right.
So Aaron is picking it back up. You know, he's got all the files. He's going to listen through them all, figure out what needs to be fixed, you know, what needs to be polished up. Then he's going to place the music. Then we're going to play sound effects, and it'll be out the door. So I think maybe 2 or 3 months.
Nice.
I know, guys. I know we've been promising it for a while, and you know, the thing about these big productions, these big elaborate productions, is they're expensive, right? They're expensive, and Monster Hunt itself, even though it's exploded in popularity on Audible recently because it's one of the only lit RPGs that's on Audible Plus. By the way, if you have Audible, you can go check it out. You can listen to it for free on Audible. So if you have an Audible Plus membership, go check it out. No cost to you. Yeah, since it's exploded in popularity there, we figure, okay, now's the time to get it out there. It's just been a passion project for me, and you know, like, again, just justifying that expense was difficult. Hey, let's see how it does now that way more people have listened to the first one. So that's coming, and I also want to work on feedback loops 7 and 8.
Yeah, we need that. We need that badly.
And I think I want to put it on the platform. Now, I know I was just talking about not splitting series.
You
I know I
literally
was just talking about that.
Yeah.
But feedback loop isn't as popular as like Life Reset, for instance. You know, so and because the fans of that series are so intense and love it so much, I think that they really won't mind, especially because of, you know, the history of it. And I mean, it's the first Harmon Cooper series I worked on. It's still my favorite. It's still my favorite. Like nothing beats
Mhm.
Quantum.
Yeah,
Harmon in my
you
opinion.
are Quantum Hughes.
Mhm.
So
This
Oh,
is
he
this
is,
is
totally.
Quantum Hughes playing Jeff
yeah,
for the purposes of this show.
exactly.
Yeah. And can I say, like, Monster Hunt, the thing it got me is it was kind of like the audiobook version of like La La Land. I mean, you guys just killed that. I mean, I was amazed the whole way through. And I just said, I can't believe that, that you were able to pull this off, because if you told me we're going to do an audiobook that's a musical, I'd have been, we'll get out of here. But no, I mean, it was just intense, and it was you guys just did everything right. The music was so good, so spot on, and it was Jeff, the one song, and it's not going to come to my head. I'm too old now. It's like I know you're not there, but I can see you, or I can't see you, but I know you're there.
I am with you.
Yeah, I love that song. Yeah,
we have
that's
a
okay.
we have a
You
pop.
need to release that stuff as an album.
We will. Like one.
That is an earworm.
It really is. There's
Mhm.
the I think there's 3 books in the series. So once the 3rd book of the series is done, that's when we're gonna get the music out there. Because then, I mean, already there's like 20 songs. The first book has like, I don't know, 10 maybe, but we've doubled
And
the
we
number.
still need to we need to record the Chase and Iris theme song.
Oh yeah. Well, the whole thing. What I really want to do is the Alcamelus song. Alcamelus.
Alacamelus, like a la Yellow Submarine.
Right. So I really want to reproduce the entire suite of music with a band, as if it was the Linens, as if it was those 2 characters getting a band together and recording it. So that's one of my dreams right now, is getting that done, but so much stuff ahead of it, and the series needs to just pick up in popularity a little bit before we justify it again. But book 2's coming. Don't worry, we're continuing. I just so in love with Harmon Cooper's work. So good.
And I gotta say, curse you, Jeff, because I can't say Harmon Cooper anymore. I say Carmen Hooper because of you.
Yeah. Carmen Hooper.
I can't even say it right anymore. It comes out Carmen Hooper every time I go to say his name.
Fireman Pooper.
Well, thank you for the review, Ray. That was very insightful, and I would encourage everybody who watched it to go pick it up, because it's an 8.2. Ray does not just give out 8.2.
Willy-nilly.
Yilly.
So, what's next? Okay, so we have requests now. And Ray, do you want to join us?
I'm happy to help out wherever I can.
All right, so you got the email.
All right. Requests.
All right,
Let's
here
see if I
goes.
can find the email.
Aaron, Age of Ancients. First of all, dinosaur cover. That's pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
What is this thing? Carnotaur?
That's a Carnotaur. That's right. Yeah. Very yes, back to our Arc days.
Yes.
Last year.
Dude, isn't Arc 2 coming out sometime soon? Or is it out already?
Oh really? Oh shit.
There was some trailer with some celebrity on it. And I was like,
oh no.
Who gives a shit about some celebrity? I just want to play Arc. But anyway, Arc 2 is coming out, and it's probably going to be awesome. I don't know. I love the first Arc.
Yeah.
But
they're great games. It just sucks your time away like nothing else.
Oh my god.
Oh.
We're gonna have to set aside a week or so, Justin.
Yeah, the vacation.
So you, me, James Baldwin,
and Ahmed, if you want to join us. Ahmed joined us there a little bit last year as well.
Right, that's right.
I'll be there, but I'm not doing any work.
You died a lot. We all died a lot, but you died a lot.
Okay. So we have a Carnotaur on the cover of Mr. Aaron Oster's new book called Age of Ancients. And let's see, what can we do here? He doesn't give us any direction at all.
Okay. So we just have this scene. It looks like it's already too long for 1500. So, oh, maybe it's not. Oh, wait. The first section should be good.
First section. Okay.
Yeah.
I have a feeling that I'm not seeing a lot of quotation marks in the first section. What about the second section? I'm looking for dialogue.
Same deal. Not a lot of dialogue, but it looks like we've got the Carnotaur in Fight or Die. And so we have an opportunity for some Carnotaurus sound effects.
Okay.
Here.
Is that going to be Ray?
Ray, do you want to play the Carno?
Would like this be a good Carno?
I mean, I wasn't around back then. I don't know what they sound like. It could be accurate.
Could be.
There
we go.
Ooh,
I like it.
that.
Okay.
That was cool. How'd you do that?
I can talk
Great.
you want.
What we're gonna do then, Ray, our lovely Ray, is going to be our guest of honor for this narration. He's going to be playing Carno, or the Carno.
Nice.
And whenever there's a Carno sound, we'll give Ray some space, and he'll do his amazing Carnotaurus. And because there isn't a lot of dialogue here, we're going to take turns narrating. Okay. So every paragraph we are going to switch narrators. We're going to start with Jeff. We're going to go to Annie, and then we're going to come to me, and then we're going to repeat. And all throughout, there should be Carno noises.
Okay.
Nice.
Oh no! Now I gotta improv this.
Yeah, just watch the text, man. Just be ready. It's like
Watch and
close your
listen.
eyes and listen and really get into the
yeah.
world.
But it's kind of like Guitar Hero.
Lose
You'll
yourself.
see your spot
Lose
coming.
yourself in the Carno.
Give me a second to look through this.
Really, we'll give you some space. We'll give you time around it. If we see something coming up, we'll stop, and that might be your cue.
Yeah. Okay. So last thing we need. Do we want to do requests for like voices while we narrate?
Yeah. Why? No, you know what? Let's keep it normal. Let's do our normal narration voices. And Ray is going to be, the feature. So we want Ray to stand out here.
Yeah, right. Okay. Yeah, we don't want to steal his thunder.
Right. Okay. So whenever you're ready, and you take if it's just one line, then count that as the next paragraph as well, or the last one.
Okay. All right. Chapter 10. Only one.
Chapter 11. Chapter 11.
Chapter 11.
Oops.
Chapter 11.
Oops.
Chapter 11.
I was at chapter 10.
Chapter 11.
Yeah, I was at chapter 10 too. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Fight or die. He stumbled onto the shore just 4 minutes later, his entire body trembling as it tried to warm itself. Dabu began jumping up and down, breathing into his hands as he watched the Carnotaurus's walk turn into a sprint as it dashed around the side of the lake, making straight for him.
His teeth were chattering so hard.
Oh,
that
yes.
It was hard to think, and Dabu didn't think he'd ever been this cold before. The coldest Shuka basin ever got was at night, and even then, it could be called warm at best and scorching at worst. Feeling this level of cold for the first time was seriously messing with him.
It was hard to think, but with the approaching threat, Dabu knew there was no time. He could spend the next 20 seconds getting warm and preparing himself for death, or he could use the time to try and buy himself some more.
He used Spark Field and scattered a handful of sparks underground, then focused the remaining ones in the air around him. Normally, he might have tried to predict how hard the blast would throw the Carno, but right now, it was all he could do to protect himself.
Blue embers flowed from his lips, scattering around him and enveloping him in a field of color. In the early morning light, the embers glowed off the surface of the water and sent dazzling patterns reflecting back at him.
Dabu barely had any time left, so he continued hopping up and down, waiting for the Carno to meet him. It charged him head on, lowering its head, mouth open wide to swallow him.
Nice.
Hole. Dabu dove to the side as it hit 2 sparks simultaneously, one underground and one above. The Carno was thrown to one side, but barely stumbled, shaking its head and focusing back on him.
It growled, step, and set off another spark. Its left foot was thrown into the air. It staggered again, only this time it moved right into one of Dabu's ember blades, the sparks coalescing into a large knife and slashing at the beast's ankle.
Oh!
It said
There
ow.
was there was a small spray of blood as the blade burst apart. But when the Carno restored its balance, Dabu couldn't detect so much as a hint of a limp.
He cursed, dashing for the tree line, which was now only a few yards away, and the Carno followed, roaring in annoyance. There were a couple more blasts as his buried sparks exploded, but judging by the thundering footfalls, they hadn't even slowed it down.
Dabu threw a look over his shoulder, screamed, then swerved hard to his right.
Hold on, who's Dabu? Who's playing Dabu?
That's you,
Dabu
Jeff.
All right, so let's just... All right. Screamed?
screamed, then swerved hard to his right. The Carno's jaws slammed down next to him with a loud snap, and Dabu felt the wind from those jaws. If that thing managed to sink its teeth into him, his puny limbs would come off with little to no resistance.
As he'd noted before, the Carnotaurus couldn't take sharp turns very well and ended up running several paces more before slowing to correct its trajectory.
Dabu knew he couldn't run through. His lungs wouldn't allow him that luxury, and if he went for the sack again, he might live, but not for long.
He dashed around the tree, placing his back to it, and tried to calm his breathing. The Carno came barreling around, slamming its oversized head into the tree with a loud crack, and forcing Dabu to abandon his makeshift shelter. The tree toppled, leaving him to face the beast with nothing between them.
Dabu used Sparkfield again, then tried to force all of them into a single spot in front of him, but the skill resisted. He couldn't force more than 2 sparks into close proximity with one another, and as the Carno charged, very quietly, he just scattered them before him and leapt to the side.
The explosion threw the Carno back, staggering into another tree and finally causing it to lose its balance. With another crack, the tree came down with the Carnotaurus right on top. Scrambling to his feet, Dabu breathed out, allowing the embers to flow around him, then, in a supremely stupid move, ran straight toward the fallen Carno.
Uh-oh.
His MP was running low, but he had 3 ember blades in him before he would need to wait for his regeneration to catch up. At rank 1, he now replenished 0.8 MP per second, which might not have seemed like much more than the 0.6 from before, but every little bit mattered in a situation like this one, and Dabu was supremely grateful for even that small increase.
He skidded to a halt once he was within range and aimed an ember blade at the beast's foot. It was thrashing around a lot, though, and he only managed to nick one of its toes. Dabu cursed silently, then tried again, but the beast's tail flicked out, slamming into his chest and tossing him off his feet.
I'm sorry. This Carnotaur, like, I'm picturing this Carnotaur just kind of like laying down on its side, like...
Oh.
There should be a mod. There should be a mod for Ark where it just replaces all the dinosaur sounds with Ray's lovely performance.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Dabu. Wait, he skidded to a halt, slamming into his... Yeah, okay. Wait, what was the last thing you said? I forget.
Tossing him off his feet.
Yeah, okay.
Right.
Dabu felt his ribs creak under the force of that blow. The air was knocked from his lungs as he flew, arms flailing about him. When he finally came down, though, the worst came to pass. He landed badly on one of his ankles, and with a cry of pain, he collapsed to one side. Oh, holy shit, fuck! The embers fluttering around him vanished in an instant, and his head rang as it smacked into the ground a half-second later.
The Carnotaurus righted itself, its body glowing faintly red as sharp glowing protrusions grew from its spine and over its claws. Crystallized water, just as before, only this time it clung to the beast. More than that, Dabu could see the ground around its feet beginning to freeze as well, and the chill, which he'd been fighting against since he'd left the lake, returned in force.
Dabu shivered, forcing himself back to his feet and ignoring the agony from his ankle and the burning in his chest.
Fuck that.
He could feel something wet trickling down the side of his head,
Yeah.
but he ignored it as he began hobbling away, ignoring the irony of his predicament.
The Carnotaurus, sensing its prey was injured, began moving in more slowly, not giving him the chance to try pulling a sharp turn to try and escape.
Dabu could feel tears at the corners of his eyes, his breath coming in great sobbing gasps. He felt he was finished, but his mind railed against that. He couldn't die. Not here. Not now. Not after leaving and promising himself to return. Not when his mother and sister were still stuck beneath the Puru's heels.
He stumbled, falling to his hands and knees.
What? Whoa!
He didn't have the strength to pull himself upright, but he forced himself to turn and face the beast, scrambling back, still trying to escape. That was until he felt the trunk of a tree press into his back. The Carno advanced, head lowered, breath streaming in the air and extending a freezing aura around itself.
Dabu briefly wondered if this beast could kill the Purus for him. Then it opened its mouth and roared in his face.
Nice.
Yes!
Yeah, Dabu felt the freezing air from its breath, rank like death, wash over him. He stared into that cavernous mouth filled with teeth and felt defiant. Screaming, he used Ember Blade, aiming for the roof of that mouth and trying to pierce all the way up to its brain.
The Carno roared in pain. Whipping its head back as blood sprayed from its open mouth. But as Dabu tried to rise, the beast's tail whipped around again, slamming into his chest. This time, with the tree pinning him in place, Dabu's ribs didn't stand a chance. He felt several of them snap in a series of audible cracks.
Audible.com.
Ow!
He screamed in agony as the burning pain washed through him. And in response to the trauma, his lungs seized up, refusing to allow him to breathe. The Carnotaurus turned back, blood streaming from between its jaws, and Dabu slumped to one side, mouth agape, unable to pull in so much as a single breath.
Death loomed over him, and Dabu was unable to do anything at all. This was
sorry.
it. He was finished.
What? I'm just completely lost.
Dabu felt-
Hey, well, we're on the second
Dabu
last page,
loomed.
but we lost our Carnotaurus.
Did we?
We
Oh, where's
yeah,
our Carnotaur? Where's our Carno?
our Carnotaurus left us.
You hear me?
Hey, there he is.
Sorry, it cut out on me all of a sudden.
That blasted
finished.
internet.
Where
Yeah.
where did we leave off?
The Carno-
Second last page,
So-
about midway through it.
What's the first word?
the
of the
first
paragraph?
word for you is Dabu felt despair.
Okay. Dabu felt despair try to claim him as the beast's jaws cracked wide open. But despite the voice in his head screaming at him to get up and fight, his body was no longer willing to cooperate.
A figure fell from the trees. Annie, this is you in the background. A figure fell from the tree
Ow!
as the car drew closer, landing on its back and slashing down with a glittering violet something. The Arctic Carnotaurus roared in pain as a deep line of red appeared in its skin, and it whirled, trying to buck the figure from its back.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But the
got-
person, a tall,
Oh.
athletic girl, clung to one of the crystallized spines and hung on.
Get up!
She
She yelled.
yelled. No, that's,
No, sorry,
no,
that's
me.
you.
She yelled, her voice sounding urgent.
I can't take this thing down on my own. In that moment, Dabu felt his hope rekindled. He'd thought he was dead, and now the gods had gifted him with a miracle. Although he knew he was being stupid, he brought the sack of herbs to his lips and inhaled.
Yeah.
Pain, burning, horrible pain shot through him, both from his broken ribs and the toxic effects of the herbs finally taking their toll.
The Carno leapt into the air, landing and spinning to try and dislodge the girl. Several more trees buckled and snapped, shattering like dry twigs on a hot day. But she hung on with dogged determination, slamming the glittering purple spike that Dabu could now see was extending from her arm into the beast's back.
More blood sprayed from the Carno. Though on a beast that large, it barely even registered. Coughing and tasting blood, Dabu rose to his feet, blue embers flowing out and surrounding him.
The Carno leapt into the air again, and Dabu pulled in his remaining sparks, which had thankfully remained present, moving two right beneath its feet as it came down, then scattered the rest to either side where it would likely fall. It was not easy moving that many at once, and that quickly, and it caused Dabu's already aching head to throb even harder. Still, he did manage it, and all in the span of a couple of heartbeats.
Let go!
He yelled, hoping the girl could hear him.
Thankfully, it seemed she did, because as the Carno came down, she leapt backwards, turning a somersault in the air, brown hair streaming behind her in a curtain. She slammed the purple spike into a tree, her feet landing squarely on the trunk, and, keeping herself from falling, the Carno... and keeping herself from falling. Sorry, I didn't see the period. The Carno was blown off its feet as soon as it landed, falling to its left side and setting off 4 of the sparks Dabu had planted there.
The girl ripped her spike from the tree, dropping on the fallen Carnotaurus and slamming the purple spike down toward one of its eyes. The beast thrashed, and she missed, the spike sinking into its throat instead.
One of the beast's little arms hooked into her back with a jerk. The girl was thrown clear, her back slamming into a tree.
Ow, ow.
Dabu winced as she was bent almost backward before falling to the ground. Clearly, those arms had far more power in them than he'd realized.
Dabu wanted nothing more than to run over and check to see if she was okay, but the opportunity she'd provided was simply too good to pass up. So he used his last ember blade, picturing it as a wedge and driving it directly into the hole the girl had created.
This time, having already been weakened, the skin gave way, and the triangular blade slashed the Carnotaurus's throat wide open.
Oh, well, I think I just closed the document.
Well, that's a great place to end.
I like it. There we go. Wide open. What's going to happen?
Yeah. So cool. We got Aaron Oster writing about dinos, and I didn't really pick up exactly what's going on here, what's going on with the characters. It seems like they're actually, but this is not game lit in any way. Kind of like
I think there is some game lit element. They were saying 0.9 and 0.6 at one point.
Oh, right. Yeah, they were talking about MP. Yeah, they were talking about MP.
Yeah, okay. But Ray, fantastic job. You were an excellent Carnotaurus. I wouldn't have been able to tell the difference. It was spot on. So thank you very much, Ray, for joining us there. We have another request only.
Our audience is flipping out.
Yeah.
You guys need to lay off the coffee or something. I don't know.
Is that audience not real?
Hey, come on. Don't be mean. Okay? Don't be mean to these people. Just because they're not cheering to your satisfaction doesn't mean they're not real people. All right?
Whose satisfaction are they cheering to?
If not their own.
Whose satisfaction are they cheering to?
Aaron's here. He says it is.
Oh, hey, Aaron! It is game lit.
All right, cool.
Aaron
All right.
Oster is the author of Emerald. I'm forgetting the name of the first book for some reason. Rampage, Emerald, and Origin. The first book is available on the platform. Second book in audio is available. First book we've got audiobook and deep dive.
Right.
Second book is just audiobook right now. Deep dive is on the way.
It is on the way.
And we also have. Do we have other Aaron Oster titles?
Nope,
or no, we don't.
That's it.
Yeah.
So yeah, guys, don't forget, if you're a Aaron Oster fan and you want to check out the Land of the Elementals season audio, go to our website, go to our platform, pick it up. Narrated by Miss Annie Ellicott, with Justin as the main backup, starring Justin, and
Jeff has a lot of great parts too.
I have some parts. So again, guys, the second one is only available on audiobook. But once the deep dive is out, if you already have the audiobook version, you can just upgrade for an extra $4. You get to keep the audiobook, you get to keep the deep dive, and it's just $14 total for both. So just keep an eye out. We'll let you know when that's coming out. And Aaron, thank you so much for requesting yet again. His stuff is always good to have on the show. Now, our last request, and what we will play out to, I think. Yes, get the SBT app. Thank you, Aaron. We are doing what's this guy's name?
It's what is it? Jonathan Garage Clean Out by Jonathan.
Right.
And yes. Or with Jonathan. So the way that we're going to do this, we need 4 suggestions from the audience. And we are going to assign these 4 accents among ourselves, based on our strengths or weaknesses. We're gonna see what happens. We're gonna take turns. We're gonna do 2 readings with one pairing, one with one pairing, and one with another pairing. Ray, you're still willing to hang with us?
I'm happy to hang out. I don't have the copy of the text if you're asking.
We will send that to you.
No, it's in the chat. Check the private chat here on StreamYard. It's all the way at the top. It's the second link from the top. It's a Facebook link. It says Chicken Joe.
So yes, audience, please give us accents, whatever you can think of. James Woods. Can you do a James Woods accent, Jeff?
Oh, James
old
Woods.
British guy.
James Woods.
Wait, James
Woods. No, James Woods is
yeah, he's Videodrome.
Is
always what I think of as Videodrome.
Does he have a really?
It's kind of nasally. It's not high. It's nasally, and it's
James Woods.
It's he's got kind of a smarmy sound to him. I don't know if I'm really doing a great job of him.
Smart guy sound.
Yeah.
Well, I have my Invisalign in, and I'm seeing Baz Sato has asked for Sean Connery, and I think that I've never tried a Sean Connery with these teeth. I can't actually pronounce certain words.
Yeah.
So
Sean Connery would be
I might try a bad Sean Connery.
Good.
But I shouldn't assign myself, actually. I'm going to assign Ray, and then Ray's going to assign Jeff. Jeff is going to assign Annie, and Annie's going to assign me. What do you think of that?
Yeah. Okay.
So we got some suggestions now.
I've already gotten confused. Who am I assigning?
Just Annie.
Oh, I'm
whoever's. We're going to go clockwise.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Oh. Scottish.
So you start.
With a lisp. That sounds amazing. Annie, I could give you Boxy. I could give you Boxy for this.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
To be, or you can be what's her name?
Boxy.
Kira. You can be Kira.
But why wouldn't we just take the Boxy request?
It's the same thing. Okay. All right, so someone requested Crocodile Dundee. I feel like that's done. That's kind of like overdone.
We are working on our Australian accents.
I like Squirrel hyped up on coffee. I think that'll be good for you, Justin.
Okay, all right. So Annie, are you doing Boxy?
I'm doing Boxy.
Okay, I'm Squirrel hyped up on coffee.
Oh,
perfect.
Gary,
thank you.
Requested Remy from Gunmeister.
Ooh, nice.
Maybe.
Okay. Well, we're We're gonna have to miss out on some of these. I know there's a lot of great accents.
You guys, how about the three of you take a vote? Do you want me to be Boxy or Remy? Hands up for Boxy.
Jeff, it's Jeff's call. We got
I feel like
Jeff
is waffling.
I'm waffling.
Jeff, stop waffling. Pick.
Stop waffling and make a decision.
I want to do Remy.
Okay.
All right. And he's doing Remy. I don't remember Remy. I suppose I'm going to. I'm doing Squirrel. Oh, there we go. That's Remy. I know Remy. Oh, right. Space Buns?
Well, that's crazy, but she's not too far.
Oh, okay.
Not a far cry from Remy.
All right.
Gotcha. Ray, you're gonna be the Spider Queen.
Okay.
Ray, so that's
He's Spider Queen?
Spider Queen.
Yes.
Is that from ELLC?
No, that's from Dungeon Lord.
Oh, Dungeon Lord. Okay. Well,
yeah.
Ray, you do your interpretation of Spider Queen.
Yes.
Great. And what?
Let me hear it one more time, Annie. Get it in my ears here.
Over there. See those spiders?
Okay.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, we got it.
What's the word? Swarm. It's not swarm. Not clutch. Shit. There was this one word that was really great for that character. Brood. Something like
Brood mother.
Never mind. I'm sorry. I can't think of it. But
Ray, are you seeing any accents you want to see Jeff do?
Well, I don't see anything on here, so I'm kind of hoping that I know there was Sean Connery, there was Boxy, there was Australian. What else was left?
Nicolas Cage.
Oh, how are you with Nicolas Cage?
I could try it. I'm kind of excited to give it a shot.
Okay, let's do Nick this time around.
You want me to do Nick?
Yes.
Yeah, Nicolas Cage. Okay. So everybody, get your links open and let's try this out. The first pairing that we're going to do, we're going to start with, I think I'd like to see Jeff and Ray work off of each other.
Okay.
And Jeff, you will be Jonathan.
Okay.
Actually,
so
no. We'll start. Jeff, you will be the you'll be the person sending the text. You're the blue.
Gotcha. All right, cool. All right.
And Ray, you are Jonathan.
Okay.
All right. Ready for this?
All right.
Still got the trans.
I do.
So good. How much, good sir? The tides yield to the east, and I must coincide that this trans will make the fair maiden body run better. Alas, such desperate measures be taken, but in due time the maiden will make her voyage with new legs. Such is the sole consort of which my question is imposed. I'm sorry.
I can't see. It goes down to the next
one.
Oh, yeah,
haha.
skip to the next one. Yeah, should be haha.
Hold on, I can't see. There's something blocking it. It's on the thing here. It's blue. All I can see is it says garage clean out for $1,000. It's blue and it goes hold on a man.
Can you skip to the next picture?
Hold on a man. Oh, it's blocked. Hold on a man is blocked.
Yeah. Hold on a minute, it's blocked.
What?
He's got like an ad blocking his thing.
Oh, god damn it.
Oh, ads.
Okay, all right.
Here, I'll screen share.
That's a good idea.
And
Well,
you guys will be able to read off of that. Here we go.
Ooh. That's rough. Hold on.
Is it rough?
No,
There we go.
no,
Yeah.
That's better.
That's better. Good. Yeah, that's perfect.
Wow, that's much better than what
Yeah.
I was looking at too.
Ray, can you see that?
Yes. Now I can.
So start at haha.
But you still have the garage clean out thing up on top there.
Yeah, that's all right.
It's right here. This is your line. Haha, hold on, man.
Okay.
Yeah, you're the black tech.
Hold on, man. I got to come up with a slick answer to that.
Sorry, I've had a bit much of the grog.
If thou seeks to make thy voyage, my transmission shall do thy deeds. with my finest treasure shows no signs of issues or misdeeds. But if thou seeks my treasures, thou must pay with 150 of thy finest green paper.
You have my sincerest of interests, good bard. However, I am a wary traveler, and henceforth shall commence the tried and true tale of the form of commerce such as known to be barter. My fine green papers are dear and valuable to me, and in due counter I offer 100 prints and a 10-piece chicken dish known as McNuggets.
Wary traveler, let it be known that I am known far and wide as barter expert. 100 of your finest prints and a delicious 10-piece chicken dish, which you call McNuggets, is very desirable trade indeed. I shall inform the townspeople of your future arrival.
I'm sorry, there's people are like making so many great requests right now, including Chris Farley and Herbert the Pervert from Family Guy. Oh, God.
Oh,
That guy's so good. Spoiler, little son of a bitch. All right. I shall commence my travels in half a fortnight. I come from the lands of the Carolina of the North. I shall need the mark of the plot of land on which you reside in.
Half a fortnight, you say? In half a fortnight, I shall be home with my castle after a long voyage to seek more green prints. Yes, that shall be a great gathering. I have heard great tales of the islands of the Carolinas, and a land I do not knoweth. My lands are far to the south, the land of the Georgia pines, in a small village known as the Name by Rome.
hey, MVP. Ray, that Spider Queen voice.
Perfect.
Whoa.
You're about to
Kinda
put me
hot.
out of a job.
Yeah, it's kind of hot. Gotta say.
Please.
Wait,
I'm
was
moist.
that it?
What?
Was that really it? I thought I saw it.
That's
right.
it.
Okay, cool.
That's it.
All right, so Justin and Annie. So who are you guys? You're gonna be Remy,
I'm Remy.
and Justin, you are a squirrel with too much coffee.
Yes, I am a
This is going to
squirrel
be an
hopped up on
annoying
coffee.
interaction.
Oh yes, it's gonna be.
Yes,
It's gonna be.
yes, it is.
Yeah.
It's gonna go very quick.
Cornelius asks, "Is that Nicolas Cage or is it Keanu?" Yes, it's a little. It's kind of. They're kind of close, actually.
Yeah,
Now-
they've got a couple of similarities.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
It could have been either.
My gauge as to whether or not it felt Nicolas Cagey enough was Into the Spider-Verse.
Oh yeah.
Whether or not you sounded like Noir, and you sounded like Noir.
Okay.
So I think we're good. We're good on the Nicolas Cage front.
What I should have done was more eyes.
Oh, and more handshaking.
Yeah.
I was doing some of that.
Were you? Oh, I missed it. Good.
I was wanting to
Okay,
see like what was it? The Moonstruck got his hand out and he's like, "My brother has his bride. My brother has his hand. Where's my bride? Where's my hand?" Like that.
I love that movie so much.
What movie is that?
Moonstruck.
That's Moonstruck.
Oh, okay. I have to see that. I haven't seen it. I
That's
did
so
recently
good.
see the vampire movie he was in.
Kiss of the Vampire.
You guys have to see that movie.
Is it an old
is it-
movie?
It's old.
Yeah.
I mean, late 80s, early 90s. So it's one of the weirdest movies I've ever seen. It's amazing. Please
Nice.
It's
see it.
good though. Good to me.
Yeah,
good.
Kiss of the Vampire?
It's good.
Yeah, he eats a
Okay.
bug.
Vampire. It's a very dark and twisted comedy. Yeah.
Oh, it's called I love vampire comedies.
Oh,
Kiss
dude.
of the Vampire.
Yeah. Yep.
Have you
Awesome.
what's the name of the vampire comedy that's like the fake documentary?
Oh,
the
yes.
Flight of the Conchords
What We
guy
Do in
is?
Kind of
Darkness?
us. What we do in the darkness.
Yeah.
In the
Yes.
dark-
My
Oh.
favorite vampire movie, it's not a comedy, but it's really good. It's called Let the Right One In. Have you
Mhm.
seen that?
Yes.
Oh. Oh, I think I have seen it.
So who starts?
Remy, I think you are buying the trans, so you're going to be blue,
Okay.
and I will be the squirrel hopped up on coffee.
Just gotta
Okay.
say, $100 for a transmission is a pretty good deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
Still got the trans?
That was a little crazy. I mean, Oster.
I do.
How much, good sir? The tides yield to the east, and I must coincide. This trans will make the fair maiden body run better. Alas, such desperate measures be taken, but in due time.
What?
But
Sorry.
in due time, the maiden will make her voyage with new legs, such as the sole consort of which my question is imposed. I'm sorry.
Hold on, man. I gotta come up with a slick answer to that.
Sorry. I've had a bit too much of the grog.
If I seek to make your voyage, my transmission shall do thy deeds. With my finest treasure shows no signs of issues or misdeeds. But if thou seek my treasures, thou must pay with 150 of thy finest green papers.
Oh, I want to stab you so bad, Justin. Oh,
You have my sincerest of interests, good bard. However, I am a weary traveler, and henceforth shall commence the tried and true tale of the form of commerce, such as known to be barter. My fine green papers are dear and valuable to me, and in due counter I offer 100 prints and a 10-piece chicken dish known as McNuggets.
Ah! Wary traveler, let it be known that I am known far and wide as a barter expert. 100 of your finest prints and a delicious 10-piece chicken nugget dish we call McNuggets is a very desirable trade indeed. I shall inform the town people of your future arrival.
I shall commence my travels in half a fortnight. I come from the land of the lands of the Carolina of the North. I shall need the mark of the plot of land on which you reside in.
Have a fortnight, you say? In half a fortnight, I shall be home in my castle after a long voyage to seek the more green prince. Yes, that shall be a great gathering. I have heard great tales of the islands of the Carolinas, a land I do not knoweth. My lands are far south in the land of the Georgia pines, in a small village known by the name of Rome.
oh my God, that was so painful. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Thank you for the
Oh, that was one of the most awful things I've ever had to sit through. Thank you.
love
so
is
much.
pain, pain is love.
Yes, indeed.
That's what my dad always told me.
Okay. Well, real quick, I want to give just
Great.
uh,
Fatherly
I'm
advice.
gonna try one line as Chris Farley.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
I've
yeah.
always
You know which
wanted to
line?
try him. I'm gonna do the what's his name? The motivational speaker.
Mm,
Right?
the van down by the river guy?
Yeah. How much, good sir? The tides yield to the east, and I must coincide that this trans will make the fair maiden body run better. Alas, such desperate measures be taken, but in due time the maiden will make her voyage with new legs.
And I can finally get back down to the river.
So good. All right, guys, that is our show for tonight.
Hey.
Thank you so much for watching, for participating, for supporting us in everything that we do, or supporting us in just like the little thing that you like, whatever. Thank you. We appreciate all of it.
Merci, merci.
Indeed, indeed.
Matt Foley. So we have another Soundbooth Theater Live coming, not next Thursday, but the Thursday after. We're going to try and stick to this bi-weekly schedule, and unless, of course, there's like some kind of holiday or like purge-like event.
Purge.
So,
no politics. We'll yes, and also big thank you to Ray. Welcome back, Ray Johnson. We are so blessed and happy to have you back, and so glad that you joined us for the whole thing. That was great. Your Spider Queen voice.
And I gotta say, you look good, man. You
You do.
you're looking
Yeah.
nice
Looking good.
and healthy, man. So
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm
I feel
happy
it.
about that.
You got the
Yeah.
rosy glow going.
Yeah, indeed. Indeed. So that's our show. 2 weeks from now.